Minimum wage is a key topic right now in this country. Should the federal minimum wage be raised?
That's the toughest question you can ask me, because I've thought about it for 50 years and I don't know the answer on it.
Really?
Well, I just don't. In economics, you always have to say, and then what? And the real question is, are more people going to be better off, if it is raised? And I don't know the answer to that. I know that if you raise the earned income tax credit significantly, that would definitely help people that have gotten short sticks in life. But you do lose some employment as you increase the minimum wage. If you didn't, I'd be for having it be $15 an hour. If you actually got the same result in all other ways, but you won't. And I don't know the trade-offs. Each side has statistics that argue, if you increase it a lot, it'll only affect employment a little, and the other guys say if you increase it just a little, it'll kill it. I don't know the answer to it. I've looked at it a lot.
Do you think $7.25 an hour, which is the federal minimum wage, granted many states have higher minimum wages than that, many companies pay a lot more than that, but is $7.25 an hour a living wage in this country?
I think it's terrible. But I think the earned income tax credit is maybe the better way to attack it. I'm not arguing against it. I just don't know the answer on it, but I do know that $7.25 an hour is not what should be what people are trying to live on in the country as prosperous as ours. But you could have a very significant earning of tax credit at that level and make that a much more livable wage, and that might be the better way to do it.
You have been an avid supporter of President Obama throughout. He is pushing with fellow Democrats for $10.10 an hour for a federal minimum wage. A, has he sought your counsel in that, and B, is he misguided to do that?
Oh, I don't think he's misguided. I don't disagree with him. And incidentally, I know he supports a higher earned income tax credit. So, and one doesn't preclude the other. But no, I think he could very well be right on it. It's just not something I'm prepared to have the data to be able to present to you.
Has he asked you about it? What he should do?
No.
Berkshire has so many companies. Do some of them pay minimum wage?
I don't know of any, but I wouldn't be surprised. We don't operate Dairy Queen stores, but we have franchisees that do.
Right.
They employ a lot of teenagers. I wouldn't know for sure what they do. I would doubt very much if there's any Berkshire company that's employing people at $7.25 or whatever, $7.50 an hour, but I can't say that for sure.
Because the question becomes, what does it do to hiring, right?
Yeah, sure.
And a question that comes up in my mind is, rather than the federal government dictating, do you think that there is any onus on companies to pay what would be considered a quote-unquote living wage?
I think,
rather than being dictated by the government.
I think the best system is the market system, but I think then you change that market system to a degree by what you do at the governmental level. But I think it's hard to. I think market systems are pretty good at pricing things. Not always, but I'm suspect of anything that starts interfering with the market system in a big way.